Okay, so episode number 7, we'll be completing Surah Al Fatiha, and we'll be talking about the most important dua and how we can meet and support our dua, the criteria of success, and the true role models in Surah Al Fatiha, inshallah. Welcome to Quranic Breakthroughs. This is your brother Coach Zubair. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah wa ala alihi wa ashabihi wa sallam. So what's the most important dua? Well, this is a dua that we are obligated to ask for in every prayer. And prayer, the salah, is a pillar of the deed. So imagine how important this dua is. And that dua is for us to ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for guidance to straight path. Let's take a look at that verse. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم, which means that guide us to the straight path, guide us along the straight path. So what does that mean? So, well, first of all, what is the criteria for success? Okay, so this is the criteria for success. It's not us to be wealthy or for us to be famous, for us to be popular, for us to be powerful, for us to have a lot of children, for us to be married, for us to be this, and that. Those things can all be good, can all be bad. So if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives those things to people, it does not mean that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves them. So the true criteria for success is how guided we are, how much motivated we are, how much knowledgeable we are on doing what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves. So if we have a choice of doing two things, to first know which one is more beloved to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and then the ability and the desire and motivation to actually do that thing. Now, when it comes to guidance are two types, right? Number one is knowledge, information. So you tell someone, okay, you want to get from point A to point B, this is how you can get there. This is the map, this is the path, this is what you need to do. That's knowledge. And then the second thing is the person actually doing it, the person actually being motivated, inspired, having the desire and facilitation to actually go and follow that route. So when we keep asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, is for us to have more and more guidance, is for us to have the right friends, the right people, the right motivation, the right intentions, and so on and so forth. So don't think that, oh, okay, I'm praying, that means I'm already guided, I don't need to ask that guidance. Well, you don't know how long you will be steadfast for. So each time we make this dua, let us be sincere and let us really realize how much dependent are we on that dua. And again, if you're feeling concerned and unhappy about the situation of this world, again, remember and focus on what is your criteria for success. Is it popularity, wealth, fame, children? What is it, right? And when it comes to the credit, right, when it comes to realizing that, look, anything that anybody has, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the one who is actually the one who bestows those things to the people, right? It's the favor of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's not the person's ability that he is wealthy. Okay, so two people can put in the same amount of efforts, put in the same amount of work, and have same amount of knowledge and education, but one has more worldly results than the other. So it's dependent on who Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala chooses to give what to. And the more dunya this person has, it's not a criteria, it's not a sign that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves that person more. And then who are the losers? Right? Who are the losers? So in this Surah Al Fatiha, what we are learning is that, look, actually, let's go back to the verse quickly. So here, the straight path is what is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has described in this surah. صِرَاطَ الَّذِينَ أَنْعَمْتَ عَلَيْهِمْ. So we want the path of those who Allah has favored, right? أَنْعَمْتَ, look at that. You bestowed your favor. So that is, again, coming from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the favor. And that's the criteria. The criteria is not how many people are liking my video, how many people are liking my picture, how many people are liking my post. It's that how much Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is liking my action and how much Allah is disliking my action. So that's the criteria. But a lot of us are concerned about, well, what are people thinking? How are people appreciating our work? But what about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Does Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is even appreciating that work or not? So that is the criteria. And then we are saying, look, غَيْرِ الْمَغْضُوبِ عَلَيْهِمْ وَلَا الضَّالِّينَ. Not the path of those who earned your anger. Okay? or I don't want the path of those who were misguided. So that is the criteria, and that we understand this theoretically, right? But the question is like, do we even mean it when we are praying? So we're saying, oh, Alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alameen, Rahman. Okay, we don't even know what dua we are making. That's why we are losing. So make sure that our quality of salah is top notch. Let's measure our quality. Let's reflect. Let's be concerned about the quality of our salah. Are we even focused about this important dua? To ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to change our mindset, so we really appreciate the people that Allah has favored, and we do not appreciate the people that are the losers. So the ones that are the losers are not the ones who do not know about science or politics and business. And I'm not saying that we should not know about those things, but I'm saying that we should have the right priority and the right level of concern based on the consequences. Based on the consequences. The consequences of not being guided is way higher, are super big and super eternal compared to the consequences of not knowing politics, business, or science. Okay, so now two types of people are mentioned here. People who earn the anger of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and these are the people who have the knowledge, they know what they're supposed to do, but they don't do it. And then the other type of people are, they don't even know what to do. So they don't have that sort of knowledge. So this is very important to realize the distinction and not be among the people who are chasing all sorts of knowledge, but are not focused on the knowledge of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Likewise, the people who then get the knowledge, but they follow their desires and they do not follow what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants them to do. Okay, now the second thing is, when we, in terms of supporting of a dua, right, who do we truly appreciate? So who do we want to mimic? What are the types of people? Are we mimicking our hairstyles, our dressing, our way that we dress, our way that we carry things, how we walk around? Is it following the people that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala likes? Or is it following the people that may be the disbelievers, that may not be actually following Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that may be open sinners? So are we imitating those people? So if they have a culture, if they have a tradition, we want to do that too. If they have a celebration, we want to have that too. Or are we really following the celebration, the way of the people that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is pleased and happy with? That's a very important thing. It tells a lot of things, right? Because if you really appreciate someone, then the way they dress, the way they buy things, the way they do it, it all becomes appealing to you. So really think about who we are following, who we are truly fans of, and who we are imitating. So that could be really powerful for us to self-evaluate ourselves. Okay, so takeaways from today. Most important, dua. Do we realize the importance of this dua? Are we focused on it when we are making the dua? Do we mean it? Are we really asking it, or are we just verbalizing it and moving on? How are we supporting the dua? By trying to be people that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is pleased and happy with, and not be like people that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is angry with. And what is our own success criteria when we are concerned and worried, and when we are putting in our effort? Is it towards the straight path, or is it towards wealth, family, or something else? And who do we take as true models? So until next time, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help us to truly be guided to the straight path, to keep us steadfast on this straight path, and to keep us increasing on this straight path. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika, ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta.